my own YouTube channel, Alex Stossel, and the Power Skate Show. We got a guest on my channel and your co-host Grant Flood from Floods to Sports Zone. Grant, we got everything to dive in, man. How we doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. Thanks, Alex, for having me on your channel, and welcome as always on the Power Skate Show. Still got that weekly run going, although we are filming on Tuesday night, a bit off schedule, but that's all right. We gotta wait till the end of the NHL trade deadline, which of course happened yesterday, and boy, we got some trades to recap.
Yes, end game alerts and a special live stream that we did on the Power Skate Show YouTube channel. And you know, one thing that I would like to share before we dive in. So last Tuesday went to a Caps game. We will get to it. I've got myself some military appreciation flags. This will be the intro when we start on Memorial Day special, like around May. So you know what, just to do an early show and tell what I have here, and then yeah, just a little fun. And Caps are playing against the Blues, so whatever happens, we'll find out. Will they get on my nerves the whole time? Will there be a rant about something that they have not done? We'll see.
To be determined on that one.
And a certain person that Grant has been begging for a long time, but his dream has came true.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that one later. But yeah, so Bruin did get traded at the deadline. I was pretty happy about.
All right. So if you guys are watching from my channel, you have to follow the Pirates Gate Show for regular hockey news. You guys feel me? And then we will, if you guys are from Pirates Gate Show and or just came out of nowhere to my YouTube channel, you guys follow my Instagram. 5.1 followers were 9 words for 5.2, so that's even better. And also went to a Reading Royals hockey game first time. It was awesome. Got to skate and met with the mascot, whose name is Slapshot.
Oh, I wonder where he got that from.
They used to be the East affiliate with the Capitals before they were the Flyers. So yeah, nice to learn something every day. But anyway, for everyone watching on my YouTube channel and Power Skate, if you have not done a thing, you must be on something because you're required to follow Floster Sports Zone. And we do collabs on Power Skate. So great.
Absolutely. You get all the major sports news.
Yes.
It's definitely worth a follow. I may not be the quickest ones to post right now due to school and college and all that stuff, but you'll still get your daily sports news, all right? So make sure you go drop it a follow if you haven't already. Put a lot of work into it. Let's get to 400 soon.
Yes. And also, you got to check out our merch, which is going to be in our bio for Power Skate, Instagram, and YouTube links. So please check it out. We haven't got anyone buying. So whoever's going to be the first buyer, we'll give you a shout out for sure. But anyway, without blabbering, we're 4.5 minutes in. Let's get down to business. Okay. What a game from the Heritage Classic. A fight between Cousins and Bunting, which you may say, Alex, that picture is pretty much that they're separating. There's no evidence of a fight. Well, you can tell that the gloves, the helmet, and the stick are all left out, so...
Or just check out the Power Skate broadcast as further evidence.
Yes. So, how about that game, Grant?
Yeah, I mean, I was as surprised you were. The Sabres won. Holy crap. Who saw that coming?
Oh, wait.
So, and Anderson Now 3-0 in outdoor games, and I give them a lot of credit.
Yes.
Good for Buffalo.
Yeah, and in honor of the Maple Leafs' embarrassing loss, no worthy, we gotta play our first crickets of the night. Right? Do we have to?
Yes, we should. They laid an egg.
All right. And I also made a new sound effect for a certain person who's back with the Capitals, but we will get to it at some point soon. Sillinger, first career hat trick over Vegas. Congrats to Cole Sillinger.
Vegas has been doing terrible recently. I don't know what's up with them. They went from the best wildcard team in the West to not even in the playoffs. They got to do something.
Yeah. Okay, yep. Hold on, we got to do another crickets. Okay. We got to give a shout out to Mark Franco. Probably the best comment in Powerskate Instagram history. Mind if I read this whole entire great paragraph?
He wrote an essay.
Yes, he wrote an amazing essay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, he should send this to Gary Bettman, not us, but we'll gladly take the publicity.
Yes. All right. Here is the best essay of all time. Officials around the league are ruining games. That's a fact. Explain to me how in the Heritage Classic that goal that went in after the net was off was a good goal. The refs instantly waved it off, then huddled up and said the call on the ice is a good goal. And then after a very quick review, it was determined to be a good goal. I thought this should be a no goal and at worst a 2-minute penalty for delay of the game. From a penalty calling standpoint, at the beginning of the year, the officials were using game management and throwing out makeup calls left and right and center after making a stupid call. And if you were wondering, center, it's TRE. He's from Canadian, as we can tell.
Mm-hmm. He's some Steve Dangle type level Leafs fan we're dealing with here.
Yes. Holland, there's more, Grant. And now they're ruining games by not calling penalties. I love seeing Austin Matthews cross-check Dahlin. It never would have happened if the refs gave Dahlin the penalty for pushing Matthews into his goalie.
That's just true.
You can't cross-check a guy all day in front of your goalie, but make any type of contact to a player's glove and it's instant and hooking call. Go on, Matthews, showing grit. I love it. I'm the captain now. The refs need to figure it out. Watch some of the small market teams around the league, and the penalties that get called are ridiculous. It shouldn't matter what team is on the ice where it comes to what's a penalty and what's not. Lastly, Austin Matthews has drawn 6 penalties this season and is tied for 352nd in the league.
God, he did his research.
I'm giving this dude a round of applause for his research.
Hey, man, he must have looked deep on Hockey Reference for that one.
In that department, when Carter McPowerplay has drawn 30 more penalties into it. Let's give this dude a round of applause for that big essay.
And the only thing I agree with him here is that the goal shouldn't have counted when the net went off the mooring. Literally, yeah. Other than that, I completely disagree with everything you wrote. But thank you for the comment.
Yeah. I mean, like,
now, Power Skate history as your own segment. Good job, dude.
Yes. And that should not have been a goal in the first place. I think when the Maple Leafs were like berserk, like were like booing constantly out their heads during the whole entire game. And yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Austin Matthews is now your Juju Smith-Schuster of hockey. When he did that goal celebration, Cousins hit Matthews and then the fight.
Yeah.
Now we're getting to the real fun, Grant.
The first of a million.
Mr. Manson to the Colorado Avalanche for prospect Giroux in the 2023 second-round pick. You know what? I'm going to say Colorado wins this trade. And you may think like, oh, Giroux is now your now your top defenseman prospect. First off, if you have the roster on paper, including your prospects, you don't have Makar, Eric Johnson, Sam Girard, Dave Ontaze, Bowen Byram, who's unfortunately out, and is Barbarian on the? Oh no, he's not. Future nostalgia of the week as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the other defenseman? Taze, McDermott, I guess. Yeah, McDermott.
I don't know why I was thinking Eric Cole. He hasn't played on Colorado in a few years.
Oh, and Ryan Murray and Jack Johnson. So yes, it's a stacked defense. Everyone has a depth like depth role, but like it makes sense that Helson would not fit around it because of how the defensemen have way more experience, and now since Anaheim now has a younger team, Helson can have more minutes and see how well the potential that he should have got with Colorado, basically, if they don't have Jack Johnson or McDermott coming into the offseason, then Helson can be like, okay, like yes, I know trade's gonna happen, but like, yeah.
I mean, it's definitely good to see that neither team got robbed. Colorado gets a good defenseman. Anaheim gets a good pick and a defenseman back. I mean, listen, I'm going to put it to you this way. Yes, Helleson probably would fit better in Anaheim's scheme than Colorado's, especially if you compare apples to oranges and who's on what roster. The moral of the story is this kid's still, 19, 20?
He was drafted recently.
I mean, he's probably not even going to be called up in the NHL for another year or two anyway. So just keep on spending that time in the AHL and further developing now with a brand new franchise. And hopefully he comes up 23, 24 and really does well.
Yeah, and also, like, I forgot what I was going to say, but anyway. Tyson Jones to the Minnesota Wild for Nico Sturm. It makes sense for like Nico Sturm being moved because he's barely played games. And Tyson Jost, is Tyson Jost a player to be traded? Not necessarily.
No, Colorado just wanted to clear up some salary cap, and that's why they got Sturm, cheap contract, who can play the same exact role.
Yes. Grant, we got company, man. Ladies and gentlemen, your 1, 2, 3 all-time goals leader, Mr. Alex Ovechkin, with 767 career goals.
Better than Crosby. We've said it before. We'll say it again. Better than Crosby. You literally eliminate the Stanley Cups, and he's better than Crosby. Yes. Zip it.
Yes, and I would like to share my point of view.
Yes, because Alex gets to go to more than one Capitals game every year.
Yes. So yeah, with that, you know what? We're gonna stay here and watch the greatest fan view of all time. Don't look at that. Don't look at that.
give it up to Capital One Arena for acknowledging such an achievement. Props on them.
Yeah. Here's a story which I'm gonna do like a minor rant about it. Okay, so I was going to the bathroom. I know it's a weird start, but anyway.
Oh no! Every story begins with going to the bathroom when you missed a moment at a sporting.
No. I was finished washing my hands and then just throwing like napkin that I used. I heard Walton say, "We got Alex Ovechkin onto the ice." I was sprinting my butt to the section that I was basically in. Security stopped me, told me to slow down, looked at them, and I was just cool, and then just ran like say like you know, I just don't even care. I saw the net went in. I was losing my mind, like digging my phone. Like I was like, where is it? Because I know the pocket because I was recording, but I'm now editing my video. And I was waiting. Okay, the players are coming out, and when I saw the players coming out, got ready to film. Boom.
That's quite an eventful story. When I went to the Bruins game a couple months ago, I noticed the first thing I did going into the TD Garden was use the bathroom to avoid situations like that. Because I'm one where once I'm watching a game, especially when I'm at the game, I do not want to be interrupted. I do not want to be annoyed. I just want to enjoy myself and sit in the seat that probably cost me X amount of dollars. Yeah. Good for the Capitals winning that game too. Good thing they didn't absolutely ruin the moment and lose.
I would find a corner to cry in the corner. I would. Anyway, Alex Ovechkin, this is probably the best segment of all time. For sure. Alrighty, moving on. Capitals, best move. You got Joe Snively, Bud staying in DC. And you want to know what's the funny thing? He one time played for the Sabres.
Oh yeah, for a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Played for the Sabres. Did not play in the NHL or in the AHL or in the ECHL. Just chose to go to college, and then look where he's at right now.
All worked out for him, and there he goes, making 1.6 mil. That's a lifetime worth of money right there, and he's far from ending his career, so good for him.
Yep. Now we got the good news. Former Bruin, Panthers trade Frank Vatrano to the New York Rangers for a 2022 fourth-round pick.
So the Panthers gave more value to the Bruins than what they gave to the Rangers. So at least that's a good start by a Bruins fan perspective. I mean, Vatrano was all right for Florida for the past, 2 years now. It was about time he wasn't clicking. I think he only had like 9 points or something like that. It was time to get a different scene going. Gets traded to the Rangers, and I feel like he's going to do pretty well. New York kind of needs a third-line player anyway. Obviously, they're without Sammy Bias for the rest of the year. He tore his ACL way early on.
Yeah.
And the Rangers never really recovered to, I guess, find that bottom six forward. Maybe they found that now with Vatrano, but yeah, I think that's a pretty good trade overall for both sides.
Yeah, I gotta totally agree with what you're saying. I think they found a replacement of Sammy Blais, who's been out since like second game of October, or the second game into the season. Like I've heard that they were like trying to find some value, but they could not have any. But like once they were getting to the trade deadline, things are like the value is getting lesser that they really wanted. So yeah, good thing that Vatrano is is their guy, and hopefully see what happens. A big re-signing from San Jose. So the Sharks re-signed center Tomas Hertl to an 8-year worth. What's 65.1 divided by 8? It's 8.13 mil, I guess. I don't even know. But we'll say 8 mil a year. We'll say 8 mil.
It's basically 8 mil a year. And oh my, what a contract, to say the absolute least. This year, 49 points for 62 games. I mean, he's kind of been the best Sharks player since Joe Thornton and Patrick Marleau and Joe Pavelski and all those guys left. Yeah, I mean, Thomas Hertl's been very good. To give a 28-year-old an 8-year contract it's interesting. It's not something I would have done. I probably would have gave him a 6-year deal, but 8-year could be fine as well. Hertl's still producing at a very good rate. So, well, I guess we'll have to see what happens there, man. I think his rookie year was in 2013-14. He ranked 14th in the Calder race that year.
Oh yeah.
What a change of events has happened. Now he's the franchise for a struggling franchise. And guess what? He's the face of the franchise, and that's all you need to be if you're someone like Thomas Hertl.
Yeah. And now you have to pay respects to Gene Potvin. So he's related to Hockey Hall of Famer Dennis Potvin. And you know what? Since he's related to the Hall of Famer, won 2 Stanley Cups. We gotta give him a round of applause. Won 2 Stanley Cups and all that.
Yep. And obviously thoughts and prayers to him and his family. But pretty good career for I don't know, he played for about a decade. Pretty good career overall. Played with the Islanders, of course, winning the Cups. He also played with the Kings and Flyers, and 2 teams that are, of course, no longer, them being the Cleveland Barons and the California Golden Seals.
Bring back the Golden Seals!
Why would we do that when we have the Sharks?
Good question. So, have them go to Oakland. Anyway.
Yes.
Yarncroke to Calgary.
Oh, they didn't go to Washington. Alex is sad. Boo.
I'm not even.
I'm playing. It was overall a pretty good deal overall. Flames get a guy they need to fill in a top 3 role, and they gave up quite a bit of draft picks, but yeah, overall wasn't an awful deal in the long run, and it's certainly going to help out Calgary for when they eventually win the Pacific this year. So props on them.
Yes, and we will get to all Seattle news, and we've known that they're pretty much going to trade every single guy, and then
Grubauer. Grubauer's making too much, but everyone else gone.
Yeah. And we'll talk about the Seattle Kraken after the topics because we need to have a conversation with them. Oh, don't worry, the Frogs trade Ben Sherrod to the Panthers for Ty Samolonic and a 2023 first round pick and a 2022 fourth round pick. Never mind. Montreal gets a first round pick. I thought that Montreal traded their first round pick just because they don't understand how trade works. Only Tyler Toffoli, basically.
Wow. Sherrod's yet to play a game in a Panther uniform, but I will say Florida improved their defense, which was what they needed for the playoff run. Far from the biggest trade the Panthers would make this week. However, this was a pretty good move for their defense. The best thing going for their defense. They gave up a first and they gave up a solid forward prospect to do so, but they got the trade, help them contend, to help them compete against Tampa Bay and Boston in that first round. Mm-hmm. Remember, Panthers still looking for the first playoff series win since '96. They are desperately trying to break that this year.
Tough news for Ottawa, as Thomas Chabot will be out for the remainder of the season due to a fractured hand.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks, but That's not going to hurt Ottawa. Obviously, Senators have a playoff spot right now. Just focus on recovery.
Knights signed Derek Pouliot to
We
a
can
1
skip over this one. He was just claimed on waivers yesterday by Anaheim.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna slander the Blue Jackets.
Oh, why do they get slammed? All the teams you choose the quiet kid in the corner who just sits there and minds his business.
Congratulations, Blue Jackets! You let Elvis Merzlikins or Corpusalo or any unknown person who might play for Beer League or just any 70-year-old goaltender who just came out of retirement for like 40 years ago. You have pulled your goalie 5 minutes into the third. It was like 4-2. And you thought like, oh, like, you know, like we suck. Did you not know that you're like in fifth place in the Atlantic Division? No, Metro, no. Yeah, fifth place in the Metro.
Metro.
You have the chance to go to the playoffs. Like, yes.
No, they don't.
I know that you're like way far behind with the Capitals. Oh yeah, that's true. But if you can pull the effort with six games, you've been on like a 5-game winning streak or a 6-game winning streak way early in the season. You beat the Coyotes like 7-1 in your home opener.
That's the Coyotes, and that was the home opener, but may continue.
This was an embarrassment for you, Columbus, and the Caps choked you 7-2 final score. Congratulations, Columbus. You're now the frauds for a day with the Capitals on March.
With the Capitals being your proud owner and father and having every right to your franchise, because the Capitals have been owning you ever since you moved to the Eastern Conference, and that is a given fact.
Yes.
Also beat you in the 2018 Cup final run.
Nice try.
And the Bruins in 2019 in their Cup final run. So guess what, Columbus? Sit down. You ain't making no playoffs. Just stay like 15 points behind Washington, okay? Everybody wants the Bruins and Capitals to be the two wild card teams. Ain't no one want Columbus or the Islanders or whatever other teams rotting there with you in the cellar. Nobody wants them. Because we want to see Bruins and Maple Leafs again, and then we want to see Capitals Rangers in the playoffs. Those are the two series we want.
Yeah.
Well, primarily Bruins Maple Leafs, but you know I want my Game 7 win.
Oh wait, hold on. We're not even done, man. Klingberg recorded 2 goals, and shockingly enough, he's not traded. But he beat the frauds with 10 seconds remaining in overtime.
After complaining for the past month, I'm requesting a trade, and you don't get traded. Well, I know why he didn't get traded, because the Bruins acquired a certain defenseman instead of him, but that's neither here nor there. For Klingberg to not get dealt was very disappointing. The Panthers went for Sherratt, and the Bruins went to the defenseman we're going to get to. And then Toronto obviously went for a defenseman we'll get to as well. His 3 buyers just got different defensemen, and I don't know what the deal is there, but I really thought Klingberg was going to get traded. He wasn't, and I guess he's staying for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and another reason why Klingberg did not get traded is because Miro Heiskanen. We all know what happened, and we're not going to say why. You can look at the Power Skate Show Instagram, and then you can find out yourselves.
A buddy got some disease.
All right, now it's time for the fun part. Dallas, you can move for a couple minutes.
Dallas can just stay irrelevant for the rest of eternity.
Yeah. Anyway, Blackhawks trade Brendan Hagel, final hat trick as a Blackhawk, same Tyler Toffoli scenario, to the Tampa Bay Lightning for 2 prospects, Radish and Kachuk, and 2022-2023 first-round picks.
Well, he had 37 points in 55 games this year with Chicago. He's only played one game with Tampa Bay. Didn't register a point in that. You know, you can get 2 first-round picks. Hey, man, it's worth it. 23 years old. This guy has shown the past 2 seasons he belongs on a contending team. Chicago is far from that right now. Hey, make a deal. You want to win your 3rd straight Stanley Cup? That's how you do it. You don't have to acquire the flashy players, but when you acquire a star-studded future piece to this already amazing core, it's fantastic. And Tampa Bay, again, when you are in win now mode like Tampa Bay, you don't care about draft picks for another 3-4 years down the road. If you want to give up 2 first-round picks, not that I would necessarily give that up for Brandon Hagel, but for a team like Tampa Bay, you might as well. And I just want to clarify, when the Sabres drafted Hagel, he was drafted in the 6th round. The Lightning got double the amount Hagel was drafted, essentially, which is absolutely incredible, and also shows Buffalo can't develop players for anything. But that's neither here nor there. He was freed by Buffalo, went to Chicago, played really well for 1.5 years, gets traded to Tampa Bay, and he's going to be enjoying some playoff hockey for the first time in his career.
Yes. Now we're playing some Brass Bonanza car crash.
Yes, we are. It's that time again. I feel like it's been a while since we played this.
But don't worry, we're bringing it back, Grant. It's good.
You don't need a writer.
We get the car crash for one game of slashing at dudes from the bench.
I mean, he gets suspended 1 game and he tries to appeal it. Like, what? You got suspended 1 game. Why are you even trying to appeal?
It's
Just
only
serve
one
your
game.
suspension to move on.
Like you sit down for 60 minutes or 65 minutes, and then you're good. At least it's not like 5 or 6 games. It's only 1 game. You're literally just sitting down for a day, and then you're back on the team.
31 points in 55 games. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good statistics so far. But again, like first off, why are you trying to appeal your suspension? Second off, why the hell would you slash someone who's on the bench? I mean, this was... I just want to point out real quickly, if Marchand did this, he's suspended for at least 6 games at minimum. So, luxury of not being Brad Marchand or Tom Wilson really kicked in for Nino Niederreiter there. He's lucky he had a clean resume up to this point.
Mm-hmm. All right, now it's time for the big fun. Hampus Lindholm to Boston for your favorite defenseman, John Moore, and your host, Vaka Ainen. I'm not going to say a word. I'm pretty much going to go backstage. Grant, now it's your turn to take over the show. Grant, take it away.
You have to go backstage. Okay. Well, Hampus Lindholm is now the newest Boston Bruins.
I'm just kidding.
But the Ducks traded Lindholm and another prospect defenseman to the Bruins for a 2022 first and 2023 and 2024 second-round picks, again, along with John Moore and Euro Vakahinen. All right. Stings Vakahinen's in the trade because obviously if you guys watch Power Skate, you know I'm a big fan of Euro Vakahinen. Best of luck at Anaheim. To the man who I will not be wishing best of luck at Anaheim, thank you, John Moore. Bye. See you never. The next time I go to a Bruins-Ducks game, I'll be make sure I'm booing you loud and clear at the TD Garden. Welcome to Salty Bruins Fan Hour.
Anyway, you're not even going to say thank you for your service?
I'm not. Thank you, Euro Vakahinen, for your service. John Moore, I mean, what did you do? You did score 1 game-winning goal against Montreal. That was like 4 years ago. Sorry, I kind of forgot about that moment. And I don't know, man. You've just been eating up salary cap left and right for the past 3 years. So, see you never. Hampus Lindholm, 28 years old, 22 points in 61 games this year. Bruins are going to get their guy next to McAvoy, and that is ginormous. You are now looking at a McAvoy, Lindholm, Carlo, and Forbot top 4 pairing for when the playoffs come around. Hopefully that 6th pairing will be Connor Clifton and Jack Akan. Another reason why I think Vakahinen was involved in the trades because Akan's been playing really well the past month, and they figured, hey, we can't hold on to both of them, even though you probably could have just included Connor Clifton in the trade too. But we got rid of John Moore. That's one W for one day. Hampus Lindholm is going to be absolutely fantastic. At least I hope he is. Again, you should be paired alongside McAvoy or Carlo, which should definitely bump up his points compared to playing next to someone like Josh Mason. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the trade. He adds a lot of draft capital to give up. But when you're acquiring a defenseman like Hampus Lindholm, when you're in win-now mode, I don't necessarily disagree with it. And this was definitely a pretty good trade for both sides. Right now, I'd say the Bruins win the trade. We'll see what Anaheim's picks are in a few years to determine who the true winner is. But great deal for both sides.
I think this is going to get clipped, Grant. We'll see.
Well, I don't know. I'm a pretty happy guy after this. I don't know. The Bruins, I was kind of scared. I didn't think they were going to do anything, and they did something. So props on them.
Speaking of Anaheim, you got Nick Delorier. You moved Delorier to the state of hockey for a 2023 third-round pick. And now Minnesota, they're getting ready to have their own fight night in the playoffs.
I mean, you take a look at Delorier here.
And he scored a goal in his first game.
Yeah, and that he did. He's got right now 11 points in 62 games this year. He did score in that win against Vegas last night. I will say, though, very, very good start to obviously his time in Minnesota. But overall, a lot of Duck fans weren't happy about this deal, which I really understand why. It wasn't necessarily a point getter. He's 31 years old. And, yeah, I don't know why a lot of Duck fans were upset about this. A third-round pick is probably what he was worth anyway. So, again, I think both sides win the trade here.
Mm-hmm. Now we got the big one. Giroux to Miami. Anyway.
Sunrise.
Yeah. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, South Florida. Well, he's going to go to the beach with Connor Bowman and German Rubtsov, which Rubtsov was announced like a couple hours after the trip. Tippett. 2. He's now your new Broad Street bully.
Hello, police. We need to call robbery of the Florida Panthers. Yeah, they have just robbed the city of Philadelphia of their captain and a solid prospect. Send help. I mean, someone
that's gonna get clipped.
This is a fleece. Oh, and Tippett and one first for Giroux, and a third-line right winger. Oh, if I'm Giroux, I'm scoring a hat trick the next time I play the Flyers. What, are you kidding me? What kind of trade value is this? This is atrocious.
If you want to trade Giroux and Bonneman and Rubtsov, let me check the Panthers roster for a second, if you don't mind. Let me check.
Giroux, by the way, his last game as a Flyer was his 1,000th career game this year. He has 42 points in 57 games. I mean, hey, listen, at least if you're Giroux, you can always say your last game as a Flyer was your 1,000th. I mean, that's always good.
You should have traded Sam Reinhart for Giroux and Montour and Mackenzie Weegar.
Yeah, I thought Weegar would have trade. I mean, Weegar, I thought, was actually going to be involved in a trade if Florida was going to make a big splash move, like acquiring someone like Giroux or Landeskog, anyone, or Klingberg, someone like that. Kind of shocked they acquired both Sherratt and Giroux, and surprisingly, they were able to keep Weegar. Good for them on that. Yeah, I mean, absolute highway robbery. I mean, unless this first round pick, the Flyers turns out to be Giroux 2.0, the Panthers win the trade by a landslide.
Yeah.
Basically, that's it.
Yes. All right.
Common Flyers L has tip it good. That's how you know the Flyers fans are stressing right there.
And Lindholm is staying in Beantown for 8 years.
Yeah, 52 mil should be making his debut. The next game, which I'm pretty sure is tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check up here. Bruins schedule. But yeah, no, I'm very happy with the fact that Lindholm's staying for 8 years. Yeah, they're playing. Their next game will be on, Thursday, apparently, against the Lightning. Well, there you go. That'll be a fun game. Make sure you go subscribe to Fletcher Sports on YouTube. Probably commentating that one. But yeah, Lindholm, 8 years. I would have gave him 6, but I'm not going to complain.
Yeah. All right. Sabres trade Hag to Florida, which owns by the Calgary Flames. And you know what? I think Bill
So they missed out on trading a defenseman just so they can gain another one. I don't know what Florida's issue is, but what I will say was their weakness was defense, and they definitely helped that out during the deadline. Robert Hag's a solid depth piece.
Yes. This is a win now. Hag is a solid defenseman. And he's now out for the clown show of Buffalo. Congratulations, Robert.
They won the Heritage Classic. All right, cut the guy some slack.
Yes.
No Sabre slander for this one episode only. Well, I already kind of slandered them about the Robert Hagel thing, the Brandon Hagel, but
Brandon Hagel, yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Giordano, Blackwell to the new Toronto Maple Leafs, which we will get to at some point soon.
Well, there you go. 23 points in 55 games, and that's all he wrote in Seattle. Going to Toronto, Maple Leafs needed a defenseman for their playoff push. I think they're going to be out a couple of defensemen. Obviously, they traded a defenseman. We'll get to that in a second, which basically led to them acquiring Giordano. But overall, I think a pretty good trade. I mean, giving up 2 seconds for a defenseman who is 38 years old is bizarre. But when you have the leadership like Mark Giordano, that might be worth it.
Yes. We'll see if Toronto.
We'll see, but I wouldn't have given up 2 seconds. But yeah, we'll see.
Hamonic to Ottawa. Next.
Who cares?
We got our first nostalgia of the week.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Harrison Terry is back.
Yeah, here's our second nostalgia of the week.
But don't worry.
Maple Leafs signed him for a particular reason.
But don't worry, they waived him.
Yeah.
Coyotes claim Harrison Terry from waivers after joining less than 48 hours with the Maple Leafs.
And he was gone in a flash.
Anyway, who do we have here?
Oh my god. We just went crazy on the posts.
Yes.
The past 2 days.
Mrazek on waivers. Guess what? He cleared waivers today.
He cleared waivers. I know. I thought he was a for sure fire. Someone's going to snag him. He was unclaimed, and that shocks me.
Yeah. Troy Stetcher to the Los Angeles Kings for a 2022 7th-round pick.
Troy Stetcher is pretty good. I don't mind the Kings picking up someone like him. Only 2 points, but
he's been out for a long time.
He was out for a little bit. And now he gets to rock number 51 on the Kings. Back to his old number in Vancouver. So Good for him.
Yeah, I love Troy Stetcher as a defenseman.
Yeah, he's very underrated.
Yeah, an underrated defenseman who could play anywhere on the lineup. Top pair, mid pair, or bottom pair, but mostly between middle pair or bottom pair, which that's the best that he can be. But last year, he recorded 44 games, 3 goals, 8 assists for 11 points. Respectable numbers on a shortened season last year, the COVID season as we call it.
Right.
An unfortunate season for 16 games, 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. And the last time that he scored a goal was on February 17th, not too long ago at New York. LA is fine for their money, basically, on a playoff. They're a playoff bubble right now.
Well, they're second best in the Pacific. I would say they're gonna make it. Barring a collapse in April, I think they're gonna make the playoffs. The question is, can they finish as the 3rd seed ahead of Edmonton? That I don't know if they can finish ahead of Edmonton. I hope they do, for the sake of the Kings being my favorite team in the West. I hope they do, but I think Calgary's gonna win that division. Kings in second, maybe by a point or two, and then Edmonton and Vegas probably squeaks in a wild card spot. And you're looking at the Ducks and Sharks basically as the two that came kind of close but missed, and Vancouver.
Now Dermott is heading to Vancouver.
Yeah, 5 points in 43 games. Get rid of them.
Yes, we all knew it was coming.
Yep, requested a trade. You got Giordano. No need to keep him around.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
All right, didn't even say it.
We don't even need to recap this one. This is a fourth liner deal. Joseph for Paul. Okay.
Yeah, they need no introduction.
Matthew Joseph, man. He just got snubbed of being on a great team.
Now McBain is now Jimmy VC 2.0, refusing to sign with the Minnesota Wild, and now he's off to Arizona.
Used to sign with the Wild to go to the Coyotes. What are you doing?
But don't worry, Lauzon to Smashville.
Yeah, Jeremy Lauzon, horrible defenseman for the Bruins, as Alex remembers. Not a good defenseman for the Kraken either. 6 points in 54 games. This guy gets traded for a second. It's got to be because he's 24. Because other than his age, there is no reason why someone like Jeremy Lauzon shouldn't be getting traded for anything more than a 5th. This guy was awful. This is the guy the Kraken claimed from the Bruins in the expansion draft. And they must have known right away he was trade bait. Because if you can get a second at Jeremy Lauzon, wow. I mean, that is some impressive negotiating skills, or Nashville is way too greedy for a defenseman, which their defense is fine. So, again, I don't really – if I was a Nashville fan, I would be absolutely mad about this unless he pays out and, starts to develop properly. But, yeah, I'm not the biggest Jeremy Lauzon fan out there, as you can tell.
Next,
sure.
We got our returning nostalgia of the week for the 3rd or 4th time, I believe, Scott Wedgwood.
God, and a boy, one of the most underrated goaltenders in the league. I say it every time. This year, he's 10, 14, and 3 with no shutouts and a 909 save percentage, and that is on an atrocious New Jersey Devils and Arizona Coyotes teams. I give him the benefit of the doubt, as always. You know what? The Stars are without Antoine Khudobin the rest of the way. Might as well acquire Wedgwood. And hopefully he's above average defenseman, or defenseman in front of him. So hopefully Wedgwood can play well.
Appleton is heading back to his roots, Winnipeg.
Appleton, 17 points and 49.
Respectable numbers, basically.
Respectable numbers. Got an assist against Detroit in his last game as Kraken. Actually, has 3 points in his last 5 games, so hopefully continues that with Winnipeg.
Or you meant play his guy's last point as a crackhead.
Yeah. It's a crackhead.
Anyway. Beaulieu to Pittsburgh for a conditional 7th round pick.
Next. Winnipeg was another team that was kind of busy, though.
Vejmelka, 3-year, $2.75 million.
Interesting. Probably wouldn't have gave him the deal, but interesting to say the least. I actually quickly want to look at his stats, although I don't think I'm actually. Never mind. Yeah,
Forsberg, 3-year, $2.75 million. Overpayment, basically.
Well, yes. However,
not really, but
he is and he isn't. I mean, I'm just trying to look up his stats here because this one's actually I'm interested in. So Forsberg, he's 14-12-2 with 1 shutout and a .918 save percentage. Okay, so he's right now the best goalie on the Senators. I mean, most likely, unless Joey Decord has done anything this year. He hasn't really. He's actually on the Kraken now. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, Forsberg, cheap deal. You get your goalie. He's 29. I thought he was younger. Meh. Next, Ottawa's doing all right.
This man needs no introduction, Grant.
Well, he stayed. I mean, I'll give credit where credit's due for Jake DeBrusk. All right. 2 years, $8 million. I mean, I'm not going to necessarily argue about that. He has played fantastic the past 2 months. I still think he wants to leave Boston, but Bruins gave him the short-term deal. Maybe he's a moving piece this offseason. I don't know. But right now, I wouldn't mind seeing DeBrusk stick around for the playoff run, which looks like will be the case. So very happy to see that. Yeah, I mean, at least they didn't give him like a 6-year deal or I've been like, what are you doing? They only gave him 2. So that's fine.
Nostalgia of the week, Brian Little.
Returning to the Coyotes, I think.
No, he played for the Thrashers and the Jets.
Yeah. Oh, wait. What?
Man, it's 2.5.
Why did I think he was on the Coyotes and got traded back to Winnipeg? What?
I don't know.
Well, 4th round pick for Brian Little.
Next.
Yeah.
Fleury, this dude needs no introduction.
Fleury is already a member of the Wild.
Yes.
This season, 1921-5, over 500 wins in his career. And he got traded for pennies on the dollar. 2nd round pick. Could become a first. If Fleury, I think if the Wild make the playoffs, if Fleury plays like 3 games or something. But overall, fantastic trade by Minnesota. And they got their goalie. That was the one thing they needed. They got their veteran goaltender. Now I think Minnesota is ready to take the playoffs by storm.
Yes. Now we got a new sound effect. Marcus Johansson is back to DC for Daniel Sprung. First off, Daniel, I just want to say appreciate meeting you at the Cavs practice arena. Thank you for your service, but you should have done great. But don't worry, he's back. You can play Soul Base Nova from Austin Powers. Grant, I don't expect you playing, but guess what? I'm going to play it right now. Do you want to know why, Grant? For the first time since June of 2017, Marcus Johansson is back in the DMV.
I mean, you want to talk about moments that are getting clipped. We're looking right at one.
All right, now we're done.
You know, Bruins, why didn't you bring back Marcus Johansson?
Welcome back, Mojo.
Yeah, no, good trade. Daniel Sprung, that guy stinks giving up him if you're a Capital fan, but like you probably want Johansson back.
Kakkonen to San Jose for grit defenseman Jake Middleton. Next. We got another
their 9th goalie this season.
Mr. Peter Holland announces his retirement.
True nostalgia of the week. I love it. The This is why you have nostalgia of the week, because Peter Holland, the Maple Leaf Jet and Duck legend himself, has just retired. Breaking information. He had 38 points, actually, rather, 85 points in 266 career games. That is why he's nostalgia of the week, because he hasn't played since 2018, and he seems like that nostalgia player. But yeah, hasn't played since he played with the Rangers in 2018. Had 4 points in 23 games that year. And yeah, he's just been playing in Europe since then. Yeah, he's been playing in the KHL, realizes, oh no, the NHL isn't communicating with the KHL anymore. And now off to retirement he goes.
And now he's finally inched into our nostalgia of the week.
We can add to the nostalgia of the week cup we do not have.
Yeah. But maybe. But he's definitely on the list. Viega to Smashville for future considerations. Who knows what's the future considerations? Next. Basically. Now Justin Braun is heading north to Broadway. Win now mode for the Rangers.
I mean, yeah, 16 points, 61 games, hasn't been necessarily horrible. I mean, he's not great, he's not bad. Rangers kind of needed a defenseman. Why not take a chance on Braun?
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate the deal.
Yeah. Now, Grant, you may say goodbye to Zach Sears.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Bye. Zach Sheehan, see you never. Yeah, I'm giving you the boot like I gave John Moore the boot. See you later. Giving me Josh Brown any day. Shastien, yeah, I know he's a former first-round pick. And guess what? He also sucks. He did nothing but produce in Providence. See you later. I know the Bruins wanted a first-round pick for it, and they ended up getting a decent defenseman and a seventh. Way to lower your trade value, Sweeney. That's neither here or there. I'm just happy he's gone, and the Bruins no longer have to deal with him.
Yeah. You got Zaboral and DeBrusque left in that 3 straight first round. The Blues trade Wallman, Sundqvist, and just a bunch of beer league defensemen, and Nick Leddy and Luke Witkowski.
So basically, it's Sundqvist for Leddy, and we don't care about the rest of the trade, which is pretty interesting.
I have a friend from my school who's a Blues fan. Loved Sundqvist and Wallman. She got a puck from Jake Wallman. And when I told her the news, devastated.
Oh, no.
So, yeah. Now Blues fans now have to deal with these 2 beer leaguers. Not Letty's not, but
Letty's not. Yeah.
We got breaking news though. Congratulations, Arturi. Now you're free from the frauds.
He's going from the frauds to the east to the frauds in the west.
Really.
It's just he's actually gonna, lose in the playoffs this time. 29 points in 58 games for Terry Lehkonen. I mean, there should be a piece to get Colorado past the second round. Can they? I don't know if they will, but this is the piece that's going to really help out that forward core. I hope it works. I hope the trade pays off.
And I hope it works about Johan Larsson going to the Capitals.
Well, I mean, this is kind of a lower-end trade. But, yeah, sure. Solid depth piece for sure.
Yeah. But he ain't lasting long in DC, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, probably not.
Cagliano, the former Iron Man, to Colorado.
I mean, again, Colorado, why not? Get more depth. Fourth line. Andrew Cagliano, he's a speedster.
Yeah. But Zach Sanford is now the new journeyman to Winnipeg.
He was pretty good on the Blues. I'm not going to lie to you. This guy was actually pretty good on the Blues, but I don't know. Once he got traded, I haven't really paid much attention to him.
Yeah. Now, Potato to San Jose for Nick Merkley.
Well, this is where, okay, they acquired Braun. We can trade defensemen. And I guess Benito was just the worst of the bunch. So they figured get rid of him.
Yeah. Yeah, Potato is most likely your practice player, basically.
Right.
Your seventh defenseman who's gonna play like 20 or 30 games a year, basically. Hamburglar's back on the show. Now he is free from the frauds, going to Jersey.
Montreal, what are you doing? You just traded away your second best goalie. And now New Jersey gets their second best goalie. It all works. But no, Jake Allen's back. It makes sense. Jake Allen's back, and Sam Montembeau's obviously done a good job this year, so makes sense.
Mont is now free from the, what should I say, the rowdiest 2011 fans, now to the Big Apple.
Going to the rowdy 2014 Vietnam, Ken. The Rangers are class acts when they lose championship games.
Yeah.
Take notes, Vancouver.
Yeah, just write it down.
We love to ruffle feathers on this show.
But guess what? Rickard Rakell's now heading to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, this was a pretty big one. So Raquel for second round draft pick, Zach Austin Reese, Dominic Simon, and prospect goalie Cal Clegg. I mean, this was an interesting one. I think a slim bit of an overpayment. Not that the trade's bad. Kel this year, 28 points in 51 games. He's 28 years old. You're probably going to re-sign him to that 4 or 5 year deal at the end of the season. At least that's what I would do. But I give them credit where credit's due. I give the Penguins credit. They need a forward for their top six, and they got him. Put him on the line with Rust and Malkin probably is where he's going to play.
Yeah.
Should do good.
Now Brassard is heading to McDavid Land, Edmonton.
Next. I guess. I don't know. Brassard's not really. He's a moving asset now.
Carpenter is heading to Calgary. Next.
Interesting deal. Next, I guess.
Nemestikov to Dallas. He'll have a party there.
Hey, he's leaving Detroit. That's a good thing, right?
And we got Blake Brown's Bonanza! Oh, wait.
No, I wasn't ready. But yes, Max Domi, you're brand new. Also, Florida was involved. 3-way trade. No one cares about Florida, though.
But we care about Carolina.
No, but Columbus gets a decent prospect defenseman, but Carolina gets Max Domi again. This is just like Pittsburgh acquiring Ricardo Rakell. Someone they need for the top six, they got him. Good trade for all parties involved. And again, Florida's for whatever reason involved as well.
Kopp is now going to have the time of his life in New York, and he just recorded his first point.
Well, good for him. I mean, Kopp's a very solid player. Very happy the Bruins didn't trade 2 firsts for him, like apparently what Winnipeg was asking for. And even that is quite a bit to give up. All right, 2 conditional second-round picks and Morgan Barron. I mean, that's a lot to give up there for the Rangers, but Rangers can afford it. They saw a lot of teams in the Metropolitan were getting better. They figured, hey, we'll get Andrew Kopp will kind of get our forward piece to stay in this division.
Yeah. Now Riley Nash is going back to Tampa, his second stint in one season. Next.
They want you back. They want you back. This trade never happened.
Hold on. We got to play the Crickets for a reason, Grant. We have to play the Crickets for a reason because this trade is investigated. I'm just going to put on loop for 2 times because it involved Anaheim and Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, trade didn't even happen. Dadnoff doesn't even want to get traded to Anaheim, so guess this deal never happened.
And a free cricket from John Moore.
That's right.
Rask is now going to Seattle for future considerations. Now he's going to the AHL.
That's right. Tuukka Rask is going to the
No, it's Victor Rask.
I know it's Victor. I'm kidding. I know it's
Kings re-signed Blake Lizotte to a 2-year, $1.675 million deal. That's a good deal.
Great contract. I wish they paid him more.
Mm-hmm. Now, the Islanders can keep Kyle Clutterbuck and Zach Parise. And do you want to know it's a good thing? Zach Parise, now we finally know what's his contract immediately instead of waiting for like 5 months. Now what's the official deal?
That is true. At least he is official member of the Islanders now.
Yes. We already got that. And now for our final topic, Maple Leafs unveiled their new next generation jersey. Your new black jersey, W or L. I'm going to say this a W. Here's why. Black. Black jersey, way to go. And if you look closely, if you're on your phones watching, you can X out what you're watching. Go to the Power Skate Show Instagram and zoom on the like the centerpiece, or around here, if wherever. You got the Toronto skyline. I like it. I like it a lot. But the crest, I don't like putting like black, like you know, like if you're going like 3D paint, you want to like draw something like go nuts. Like they put like black like sparkles basically, or like paint like you put like a stain. I don't like it. It's not clean. It's like you know like you're trying to make a pattern like a soccer ball. It's not clean. Do you basically agree?
Yeah, but I think overall it is a fantastic jersey. And again, I give them credit. They knew, hey, black isn't on our logo. Let's try to concept a pretty nice looking jersey out of it, and they did just that. And I didn't even realize the skylines was on the sleeves there. But yeah, I think overall that's like a 9 out of 10 jersey.
Yeah, and they also have a second version of it, which was the Justin Bieber jerseys. Which it's an L, basically.
Because Justin Bieber.
Yes. Wow. What a show, Grant. What a show.
Well, there we go. Here's your 2022 trade deadline recapped.
Yes. Now for the final question, and we're just going to head out. For the Seattle Kraken, their expansion draft. Do you think this is the worst expansion draft they could ever possibly do? Do you think we should do a redraft like within the next couple of weeks for our show?
Well, we should definitely do a Kraken redraft. I would love to do that. Is it the worst expansion draft ever? It doesn't even touch the 92-93 Senators, but this is pretty bad. And considering a quarter of their roster's already traded, not good. Worse than the modern era, but you want to talk about worst expansion draft ever? Well, 92-93 Ottawa Senators takes the cake on that one.
Yeah. I'm going to say it's not a good it's not a good expansion draft.
No.
They've been missing a ton of guys. It's every single miss. And like, if you're picking like Morgan Geeky or Carson Twarynski, whatever his last name pronunciation is, Vitek Vanchek, he only lasted like 2 seconds. And who am I thinking? Like Decord, like he's most likely an AHL guy, basically. Well, it makes sense because you need your extra goalies, but it's not a good. And Tyler Pitlick, Curtis McDermott, and like there's no reason for you to get these guys. And Gavin Bayreuther, now he's back to Columbus. They missed a lot. We should do a redraft immediately, ASAP.
Yeah, definitely a lot of missed spots. I mean, we knew Seattle didn't really have a fantastic expansion draft anyway. And yeah, especially seeing how bad they've been and just how quickly they're trading off players to their former teams, like Appleton going back to the Jets. And of course, Vanchek, he went back to the Capitals in 3 or 4 days. Like, the fact that they're just retrading a lot of their players, it doesn't look good. It definitely does not look good for management over there.
So yeah, that's gonna be it for the trade deadline coverage. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys really do appreciate it. If you do, please hit the like button. That means greatly appreciates a lot to me. That's gonna make me do more vlogs or not vlogs, like live streams in general in the future. And if you guys are watching from my YouTube channel, you guys want more vlogs, Inside the Hockey Seasons, also gaming videos, video edits, or any live streams or any miscellaneous videos in the near future, you guys hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications for more future content. And also, you guys subscribe to the Power Skate Show channel as well. And if you're watching from the Power Skate Show, do you guys want to follow our personal social media accounts? Links will be in the description below. Do you guys want to follow the Power Skate Show for news, updates, when we go live, and all that great stuff? Links will be in the description below. You got to follow for the Sports Zone. We collab at any time. And yeah, if you're watching from my channel, you can subscribe to Fuss the Sports Zone as well. And I'll throw the link in the description after. And yeah, it's fun. And let's see how next year's trade deadline basically is going to be like. And yeah, stay tuned for more and all that. Grant, would you like to add anything before we head off?
Well, again, I want to thank Alex again for posting quite the majority of those NHL trades. Fantastic stuff there. I don't know how he does it, but he got all those trades out. And round of applause for Mr. Stossel over here, doing a fantastic job helping out the Power Skate Insta as always. And I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Fantastic show today. I mean, we covered almost all the trades that happened yesterday, so that's always good fun. And hope you guys enjoyed it. We should be back next week. Hopefully we'll try to get a Wednesday episode. I know Wednesday was supposed to be our main show day, but I don't know. We've been getting shuffled around the past few weeks, but hopefully we'll be back on the normal Wednesday schedule soon. If not, of course, we'll keep you updated on the Instagram, but I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Again, if you want to go subscribe to my channel, you can at Fletcher Sports Zone for weekly sports broadcasts. Probably doing Bruins Lightning Thursday, so if you want to stop by for that, you certainly can. Until next time, hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yep. Have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you guys next time.